What's up, guys? It's Lugo back with Flex Appeal episode 136. Today was week 23, day number 3. On the menu was primary deadlift session. We had 4 sets of 6 at 385 pounds or 175 kilograms. And it was cold today, man. It was really, really cold. I got out of bed, I went outside to warm my car up, and it was frosted over, which doesn't normally happen unless it gets very cold here, which is like I don't know 30 degrees for us in California because it doesn't get this like negative for us, but in the summer it gets really hot. So 30 is very very cold, and I almost fell back asleep because I came back inside, waiting to warm my car up, got under the covers, and I was like about to drift off when I opened my eyes. I was like, "Oh shit!" It was like 3:20, and I normally leave at 3. So I gotta get, I gotta go and get to the gym. I got there, got inside, and it was cold. Like, it's a warehouse gym, so there's very little insulation, if any. So the cold seeps in very easily, and it was like colder than normal. And when I touched the bar, it was cold to the touch too. So I had to take probably more warm ups than I have been taking, which is good. And it kind of reminded me that I probably need to be taking more anyway, you know, because I do my general warm up and then my bar warm up, which within my general warm up, it consists of, 4 to 6 exercises depending on the day. And I do them in a giant set fashion where I just go back to back and get it done and then come back and warm up with the bar, and then I'll do it again. Normally I do 2 to 3, but recently I've been doing one giant set and then getting into my bar stuff because I feel ready. But one thing I have to understand is that although my body may feel like ready, my muscles and my tendons maybe, my internal body temperature probably isn't where it needs to be after one giant set of warm-ups, and then obviously all the bar stuff, just because it is so cold. And because I'm a bigger bodied person, even though I'm carrying a significantly more amount of fat than normal, I'm going to have to do that extra, or not that extra, what I should be doing, which is 2 to 3 warm-ups to make sure that I'm there. By the time I start my working sets, I want to be warm. I don't want to start, getting more warm as the sets progress. I want to be ready when I start those working sets. So it was just something that I was thinking about, and something that I need to make sure that I do is just take more warm up sets, whether that's with the bar or the beginning of the workout specifically, like just making sure I'm getting my internal body temperature up. Just because it is very cold, which I've emphasized a lot, but I'm not normally used to this. Aside from that, it was a good session. I felt very locked in and in tune with my technique on deadlift. I feel like it's getting better, and I've also brought the sets up from what they were, which was you for the past like 4 weeks. It's been one set down. So in my last 3 week wave, I did 5 sets of 8 on the last week, and I was doing 4 sets of 8 on the deadlift. But I was thinking about it, I want to make sure my strengths get stronger. And deadlift is a very clear strength for me just because of my build. I can get behind the bar very well, especially because of my mobility. And it's always been strong. So I know that regardless of how many sets I throw at it, it's gonna get better at a faster rate than squat and bench, just because I've gotten so proficient at deadlifting over the years, and I've probably put in more lifetime reps on deadlift than anything else just because I liked it so much. So I know that it's gonna grow, but I think moving forward, I'm gonna bring it back to just the normal sets that I'm doing for squat and bench. Also, because I'm not doing much extra for like my lower back besides deadlift and stiff legs. I'm attacking my hamstrings and my upper back pretty viciously, But as far as like other hinging stuff, like back extensions, the 45-degree extensions, I haven't done any of those recently within this training cycle. So most of my erector deadlift volume fatigue is coming directly from hinging, and that might change. I might add a back extension or a 45-degree GHR. Most of it is just the fact that it's kind of very inconvenient to load the 45-degree back extension because it's in the upper area of the gym and you can't really fit a bar in there. It's like tucked in this corner. So there's like no way to get a bar in. And if I want to load it up heavy enough, I have to like stack plates on top of each other and they're slick. So I've almost like I've done it before where like the plate slips or when I'm lifting it off, it's like at an awkward angle and then I put it down and I almost smashed my finger. So I just stopped doing it. But I can do probably back extensions, but I think I also have to use a bar. And it's kind of just awkward because you either put it on your back with that one because if you put it on the ground, you kind of have to do like a snatch grip style. So then not only is your lower back getting taxed, but so is your upper back, which is something I might explore because it does sound interesting. But for now, it's just we're just sticking to just deadlifts for volume. I know I kind of went off the cuff a little bit, but I kind of wanted to explain what I'm doing to bring my deadlift back and just coming back into normality for that. But that's pretty much it, guys. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, a comment, or a subscribe. And I will see you in 2 days for my secondary sessions. Thanks for watching.